All right, friends, happy Saturday. Today is the 9th of February, 2019. I'm Aaron Michael Eschenberg. This is your daily horoscope. So we are underway, right? Yesterday, the ship has sailed off and we are on our journey. There is no turning back now. We have come too far. There's no going backward. We're only going forward. All right. So Mars and Uranus are getting closer and closer. By next week, they're going to finally connect together. And the moon is up there this weekend, moving its way through. All right. So they're going to connect together tomorrow for the final time. It's the resolution of this Uranus and Aries that's been going on for 7 years. Self-breakthrough, self-awareness, turning on the light bulb and saying, oh, this is who I am. Looking into the mirror and saying, this is who I am. Okay, we have this Saturn making a sextile to Neptune. This is turning on the light again and looking at ourselves and saying, I cannot deny anymore who I am. I cannot deny what I have done. I cannot deny my past. I cannot be in denial over my addictions. Now, we're not just talking, caffeine is an addiction. Taking a Tylenol every time you have a headache is an addiction. All right, I'm not trying to yell at you, but this is serious. This is like, okay, what does a human being need? We're talking about survival. What does a human being need? Food, water, shelter, connection with other people. That's honestly about it. A clean place to go to the bathroom so you're not, polluting the water. But literally, these are very basic things that human beings need. And then everything else is kind of it's the dust getting in the way of the light. So we're coming back to this clean light, this clean fluorescent tube that is, me as a human being glowing outward. And I'm not going to allow these things of the past or these ideas to hold me back to stop my light from shining. So Saturn is up there making this sextile, making things real. The spiritual work, making it real. We've done the work over here on this end. Let's manifest it and create something with it. I'm doing the work over here. Let's make this community flourish over here. Yeah. And now this is a big one that's happening this weekend. We have Mercury up in Aquarius. Again, we're talking about the community. We're future thinking. We're connecting the dots with Mercury and Aquarius. Is making a sextile. Sextiles, again, these are good, harmonious aspects. Probably the most positive aspects in all of astrology is a sextile. And this is fire and air. Okay. Go. This is creation and destruction at the same time. Now with Mercury sextiling Uranus, expect something, expect the unexpected, as we always say in astrology when it's coming, to Uranus. But the truth is, when it comes to Mercury and Uranus aspects, expect to hear something or to say something that you weren't expecting to hear this weekend. This is big. It's anytime we see these aspects, it's like, wow, was completely blindsided by this information that you just shared with me. Like, you've been holding on to this for a long time. And now this emotional moon is in Aries, and it's just the fire. I'm putting this fire out there. Stop me. I can't stop you because Mercury's up there in an air sign, adding more oxygen to this fire. So whatever's coming out this weekend is meant to come out. It's meant to come out. Yeah. Now that's the other big aspect. We also have Mercury, Uranus, and Mars, and the moon, soon to tomorrow, squaring the nodes. This is who I was in the past. This is me, where I'm going now. And understanding that these all tie in together. That the past me and the future me and the present me is really all one and the same. That the past me and the past relationships I've had have ultimately helped create the person who I am and how I represent myself to others. My past wounds, they can do one of two things. They can callous me or they can open me up. I've chosen to be open, be vulnerable, and not be calloused and hard. But they only go one of two ways. So it's really important right now to not let the past callous you, not let the past determine who you are for your future self, but truly have a vision of who you want to be, what you want your career to be, how you want to represent yourself to other people. Everything up in Venus and Saturn and Pluto up in Capricorn. This is about public image. So this has to do with your reputation, okay? And the things that you love also determine your reputation. This is Venus up there. How we represent ourselves, and it's like, change is inevitable. Change is going to happen. There's nothing that you can do to stop the change. So you can either jump on board or you're going to get dragged along. And, and if we're being dragged by this change, it hurts a lot more than just kind of embracing it. But we're in the midst of the greatest change in the history of our lives. I'll put out another video. This is our daily. This is key for the day. But I mean, in the grand overall, what's happening this year and through next year, and we're birthing the birthing process to the age of Aquarius. That's why all these monumental astrological aspects are happening. These transits are happening over these couple of years. Is like we cannot carry the old into the new. We're entering the new age of Aquarius, which is the digital technological revolution. Yeah, we've seen everything go from analog to digital since the 80s. And we're going to continue pushing that way. And we're exiting the age of Pisces. So, the old must crumble. And sometimes that comes with pain. Sometimes that comes with rejoice. When you've seen a statue torn down in the past, some people are sad about that, while the majority of people are very pleased about it. Yeah. So it's like letting go of this past to really embrace this future, knowing that we are off. The gates are open. The ship has sailed. There's no turning back. There is no turning back on this new future self that you're creating. That is you. That is who you are. That is encompassing your being. There's no turning back now. And for this day and for today and tomorrow, we'll jump into tomorrow's, just communication. Sometimes this can come as like these good positive things. Sometimes it can be like, oh my God, I had feelings for you. Or, hey, I think you're the best person for this job and I'm going to tell you now. And I would love for you to come, join my team. Or, hey, I've had a huge crush on you for a long time. And it's like now this is kind of coming out. Mercury and Uranus, things are going to kind of exploding of communication information. And sometimes this is going to be friends that are like, dude, 13 years ago you did this and it's, and it hurt me so deeply and I've never been able to let go of that. That's a necessary aspect to moving forward in the future, is to get this stuff out, splurge it out, We can't help ourselves when it comes to, and I mean that, is like Mercury's mental intelligence. In Aquarius, this is futuristic thinking intelligence. And Uranus over in Aries is like, me, and my emotions, and my path, and my journey, and I've got a this, and I've got a this. Hurrah! And this rebellious, I am the fire, and anybody that comes in my contact will be put in flames. So the communication can really come with the flood in a good or a bad way. That's up to you to determine, but I can promise you that it's all for the greater good, ultimately. We can look again, every boss that we've had that's been a tyrant in the past, every relationship in our past that has been, hard aspects, have all ultimately made us a better person. I can look back and, look at my exes or that we had a hard breakup, or look at a boss who was just like, dude, you are a total D, and be like, wow, I'm so incredibly thankful. I'm so incredibly thankful to meet and experience this, because I know who I don't want to be in the future when I get into this position, or I know, by learning what I don't want, I can learn and go toward what I do want. Yeah. So that's coming up this weekend as we continue this journey, the journey into the unknown future of ourselves. Communication. So if somebody's getting hyped up, listen. If anything's going to wrap this up, it's going to be that. It's if somebody's mad and has something to say, or if somebody's pouring their heart out, listen with a compassionate ear, as that's where we're being pulled toward: compassion, emotion, and empathy. Yeah. So we'll leave you at that. Happy Saturday, friends. I wish you enough. We'll see you tomorrow.